truck. These guys getting support today from the Aaron's Dream Machine crew, the 99 Bush crew. They're going to do 4 tires here. They've got plenty of fuel. This fuel run here will make it to the end. We did see the number 15 of Andy Houston also come in. Houston got right side tires that time on the number 15.
You see Mike Wallace coming out there in the 52. Pretty good gamble not to come in earlier.
You see Crafton had damage to the left front spoiler too. It was all caved in. He ran over something.
Let's take a look at John Wood's pit stop in the number 50.
New team, remember, this is Jack Rusher.
His teammate moving out.
Oh, no room.
Can't get by Bobby Hamilton.
Bobby
second time they've had problems in pit stop.
These pits are small.
Let's head down to Phil.
See, Bobby Hamilton, you guys called it on the replay there where he got into the wall. They're trying to repair that damage. They've got toe plates in there trying to repair the toe end. He made some pretty significant contact with the outside wall, so they're trying to patch up the front end, reset the toe, and get him back on the racetrack.
And we have our 4th caution on the track. We're 15 laps into it. 15 laps of caution here at Daytona. We'll be back with more racing action after this.
99 races, only 38 winners, and still too tough to tame. Darlington. Since 1950, it's been the ultimate proving ground, awarding top honors to some, doing others to failure. On March 14th through the 16th, the NASCAR Winston Cup Series returns to Darlington Raceway for the 100th time. On this day in racing history, who will make the grade in NASCAR's toughest test? The Carolina Dodge Dealers 400 Weekend at Darlington Raceway. Order your tickets now.
Hi, I'm Sam Amolo. You know, the key to any project is using the right tools, including the right tools for keeping your hot rod and garage looking like new. For years, I've used Grease Lightning for those tough jobs, and now Grease Lightning's introduced another tool for cleaning. Orange Blast is the premier super strength cleaner degreaser. It cuts through tough grease and grime, and it's safe on most surfaces. Combining Grease Lightning's secret formula with the natural degreasing power of pure orange oil makes Orange Blast the best. The right cleaning tool, Grease Lightning Orange Blast.
Do I want to know?
We're celebrating the Kawasaki Big Top Blowout.
There is no Big Top Blowout. This is the promotion.
It's the Kawasaki Rev Up. Buy select new motorcycles, ATVs, mule utility vehicles, or jet ski watercraft and pay nothing until next year.
No elephants? No elephants.
0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest till 04. But hurry, offer ends soon.
But I was gonna shoot the little guy out of a cannon.
Maybe next time.
I am a soldier, an army of one. Even though I am part of the strongest army in the world, I am my own force. With the latest technology, training, and support, who I am has become better than who I was. And I'll be the first to tell you, the might of the U.S. Army doesn't lie in numbers. It lies in soldiers like me. Specialist Mark DeCarli. I am an army of one, and you can see my strength.
My first car was a really cool car. It was this Monza Spider back in 1978. It had a V8 305 engine. The frame bent because the engine was so big. I was in high school. It was great. I loved it.
Welcome back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Florida Dodge Dealers 250. We are under caution number 4 as the caution laps continue to go up. The problems for the number 4 of Bobby Hamilton increase, and so he had to come back in and do more work on the body. After that caution, we will be back for more racing action right after this.
Bill Tendetsky, mechanic, driver, crew chief. Relies on himself and his Craftsman tools. Bill may never take a checkered flag at Indianapolis or a victory lap at Darlington, but his tools have. And even though Bill doesn't have all 1,800 Craftsman hand tools, the ones he has will race with him this weekend. Craftsman makes anything possible.
I'm Dale Earnhardt Jr., and I feel the need for speed.
Celebrating America's love affair with the car. This is Speed Channel. If a Rhino's armor wasn't attached, it wouldn't protect them. Just like drop-in bed liners can't protect your truck. But Rhino Lining's Tough Stuff sprayed-on truck bed linings offer maximum protection. They're sprayed-on polyurethane up to a 1/4 inch thick. And right now, call or log on to enter the Rhino Safari Sweepstakes to win a once-in-a-lifetime 5-star safari for 2 to the heart of Africa. Rhino linings prevent rust. Drop-in liners trap water underneath and damage paint.
13 years, 200,000 miles, and 2 engines. But still the original Rhino lining.
Protect your truck with the toughness of a Rhino's armor. Call or log on now to get a free sample of Tough Stuff and the location of your nearest Rhino Linings dealer. Plus, get a free entry form to take to your local Rhino Linings dealer to win a once-in-a-lifetime 5-star safari for 2 to the heart of Africa. But don't wait. The winner will be drawn May 30th. Call now.
Every Sunday before the green flag drops, it's NASCAR This Morning, the best pre-race tailgate party this side of Talladega. This week, we're live at Daytona's Victory Lane with drivers, crew chiefs, and analysts to get you ready for the Great American Race. NASCAR This Morning returns Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 a.m. Pacific, only on Fox Sports Net. And here you see Bill Lester in the number 8 back in the pits.
And they're working on that front balance on the nose where he ran over that tire. Came off of the wrecked truck from Ted Musgrave earlier on, so it did damage the back bearing. Bungee straps, that'll fix it.
There across the track, you see, well, is he broadcast? No. He can't be broadcasting this race. That's Larry McReynolds from the Fox crew. And you know actually what he's doing, guys? He is spotting for Brendan Gaughan. He's a second spotter. And actually, it was kind of funny. Brendan Gaughan was telling me last year in that accident that took place, Larry McReynolds was spotting for him. And Billy has other spotters up on the booth above us. And Larry was spotting on the backstretch. And so as they're coming out, Larry McReynolds says, son, they're spinning high and they're spinning low. Good luck. What kind of spotting is that, Barry?
It's not. It's called cheerleading.
Pancho Carter told me, he goes, go high, go low, stop. So I don't think that's an option.
Let's head down to Phil.
Standing by with Danny Gill, Dennis Sensor's crew chief. Danny, you had the hood up the last pit stop. What happened?
Yeah, one of the air intake hoses where the steel goes from the 2-inch to the 3-inch had blown off the 3-inch snorkel. We got that thing taped back on there. Get 2 hoses of this AMIC engine. We'll get that little Axiom Chevrolet back up front where it's supposed to be.
Well, guys, that's what it did. He said it just would not pull up. When they get both hoses hooked up, watch for Dennis Setzer.
Oh, that's big, Barry. That's 50%.
That's 50% of the power. Here we go. We're getting ready to roll here. This is getting good, folks.
Mike Dolan in the pace truck, the black pace truck right there, heading on to pit lane. And that means that Alan Porter grabs the green flag again, and we are racing.
Katie, bar the doors. The race is on now. There's no more pit stops that are going to be needed for fuel or anything.
Strategy's out the window. The only strategy is out there, Dorsey.
Show me what you got, boys. Let's go.
Guys, it gets exciting, and it's getting more exciting with just 18 laps to go. Let's take a look and listen to the sights and sound on Speed.
Tight coming off turn 4.
Now that is horsepower, guys.
That's 8,000 RPM with no restrictor plate. That's the way cars are supposed to sound. Trucks sound better. Hey, look at this. Dennis Setzer, 3 wide up the middle, and he's got all power going now. All 8 cylinders humming right down the straightaway.
86 of Lance Hooper on the inside. Dennis Setzer right there in the middle. You talked about that sandwich earlier. And there's about to be another sandwich right here as they come up on Matt Crafton.
Heard Dennis slipped out of the throttle right there. It's something you can do in a truck. Getting tight through here.
He needs a buddy.
We're on board right now with Ed Barrier.
Travis going slow. Dennis has got to have a buddy behind him.
There he's getting one right here. Oh, look what they're doing.
Oh, he made one.
Squeezed him out.
That was Bill Lester who almost got shuffled out of that card deck right there. he muscles his way back in is what he had to do too, or he'd been the odd man out.
Now you see the Orleans 62 of Brendan Gaughan out in front. Rick Crawford right behind him in the number 14. So a great race up in front, and then the trucks stack up right behind him.
Oh, sideways off the turn 4. That was a big save.
Ray?
Guys, take a look at the trucks that are right behind Rick Crawford. They have 3 Fords in a row. There is the number 15 back there racing with them, and they have said, look, let's hook up this group right here and get Terry Cook in here, and let's take these 3 Fords right past that Dodge and show them what we got.
Did you see that guy, Stan Boyd? It was not in turn 4, folks. It was in turn 1. He got bumped, turned sideways, and did a fantastic save. I don't believe he got that thing back.
I don't think he knows he saved it. He just knows he's still out there running. I'm telling you what, these crew chiefs are telling them now, 15 to go, 15 to go. Be patient. They're hearing the 15 to go. They're not hearing the rest of it.
15 to go. You got, you're up on the wheel. Your crew guys sitting, let's go. There's not much time. That's not a lot of time to go. You got to get to the front, muscle your way. This is truck racing, boys. Let's get it on.
We haven't had a lot of activity off turn 2, but they are trying to make it. Now, that's where you do not want to come off 3 wide, and it's starting to happen.
They're starting to throw some blocks now. You'll see his guys, as they get toward the corner, they'll move around the truck a little bit, take some air away from people. The more experienced guys will really start doing this. Watch for Mike Wallace. He's a great one at this.
Yeah, and you talk about 3 wide, 4 wide. It's just like piano keys. They're lined up beside each other.
All the deals are over, boys. We're running for the finish now. 4 wide.
Stand by, folks. We are going to head to break, but we will be back, and we promise you a very exciting finish right here on Speed.
People are selling tools today on the market that I don't even think they know where they're made, and they're not a quality tool. One thing about the Craftsman tool, it's made here, and the quality's good.
1,800 Craftsman hand tools made in America, guaranteed forever.
If something happens to it, you can take it back, and you know where to take it back because you know where it come from.
Hey, is that Octane 93 you're wearing?
Yeah, you like it?
Oh, yeah.
Dodge, grab life by the horns.
After another routine day at the track, handling the usual matters, and meeting casually with people, Richard Childress likes to do what every other NASCAR team owner does.
Relax.
In his Featherlight luxury coach, Richard can get away from the crowd.
And now for your extended forecast.
Even when he's in the middle of one. Isn't it time you got away? Contact Featherlight today and experience the best.
Ready? Go!
Hey, come here. You need to make a collect call? Just dial to the center with 1-800-CALLATT. It's free for you and cheap for them. He's gone.
Save on every call. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
Check out Sunday's Winston Cup race from an insider's perspective on Winston Cup Wednesday.
A guy that messes up that many times needs to go back and learn how to drive.
Winston Cup Wednesday nights at 8, exclusively on Speed Channel.
The Great American Race, the Daytona 500, the event where anything can happen. Your favorite driver could become champion like Darrell Waltrip in 1989, or could win his first Winston Cup race ever like Derek Cope in 1990, or even take a chance under the red flag like Sterling Marlin in 2002. The Daytona 500. For tickets, visit our website or call 386-253-RACE. And performing the national anthem, Mariah Carey.
Welcome back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Florida Dodge Dealers 250. And just as we were going to break, Mike Dolan was allowed to come back out in the pace truck because of the problem. And you see in the back here, Chad Chaffin cuts tire, and you see him spinning along there. We take another look at that, guys.
Blew a right rear just as he turned in there. Nothing he could do about it. Keeps it off the wall, but he's got a long way, Barry, to go back and get a new one.
He sure does. They came in and put 4 tires on it. The rest of them were flat. See, and you see the right rear, obviously. The other 3 are going flat, too.
Some damage to the inner fender support rod there. That thing holds the fender from flapping in the wind.
Well, let's head down to Phil Parsons with our new leaders, crew chief.
Sitting by with Shane Wilson. Shane, you guys have been quiet all week here, but you kept telling me the whole week, hey, I think we have a good truck. I think we're going to be pretty good. Well, it looks pretty good now.
Yeah, the truck's real good. It's been stable all day. You know, we're able to just keep it right to the floor and stay on the bottom, and got a little tight on the end of that first run, so we loosened it up a little bit, and he's pretty happy with it. Guys had a great pit stop, did the 2 tires, kept in front of the lead group, and just having a good day so far.
Do you have any friends out there?
No. I don't think so. Or at least I know I don't.
Shane Wilson says he has no friends out there. Not a Ray Dunlap.
Well, Phil, it was lap 88, and Jerry Cook, the crew chief on Matt Crafton's truck, said, look, we've got no choice here. We've got to put 4 fresh tires on there because Matt was not happy with the way that thing was handling. They've got a shot to be in this thing, and he said there's still 12 laps left. We can come from the back and get to the front. So they came down here, slapped 4 fresh Goodyears on it, and we'll see if it was a good payday. We'll see where he starts and where he finishes.
And we're not yet on 1 to go here.
Look at the tape on Bill Lester's number 8 right there.
Not just tape, bungee cords, tape.
That's not duct tape anymore. That is some work being done to that.
Now we're on 1 to go. Hey, 10 laps to go. Coming up on 10, and everybody's they're cinching up the belts, and it's getting ready to happen.
It becomes a shootout right now, doesn't it?
Well, it does.
The shootout is getting ready to start here.
There's a run to the flag here. You look at Bill Lester. He's looking at bungee cords, tape, flapping all. He can't see the damage from inside where he's sitting. He can see those bungee cords and stuff. He knows he's not as good. He's hoping that hood doesn't fly up in his face. But, you know, 10 laps to go. Who cares? Let's go.
And you can see where the valence kind of heads uphill in the center, where the belt of the tire did some damage. That makes the truck push. But he's wondering what these guys up front were doing. He doesn't know they've got $50 worth of bungee cords on it.
That's one of the things, you know, you ran over a tire. He had nothing he could do, and he hits the tire, and that's really taking him down. He moves to the bottom of the racetrack.
You just see a little bit of tape flapping there in front of him.
All right, we're going to be. It's going to be
here. I'm going to turn the fans on, okay?
Bill Lester, and I talked to him earlier, he said he likes to have a lot of wind coming in on it.
Well, he said right there it's getting hot here. He turned the fans on. That could be radiator fans too, Barry. Running slow behind the pace car.
Could be.
You have electric fans sometimes when you're not going fast enough for the wind to come through that radiator and cool the engine. There's an electric fan switch in there. You can turn those on and suck the air right through that grill, cool that engine down.
It's hot in those trucks with all this fuel burning and stuff. And here we are in the middle of 3 and 4, 10 to go. This is what we've been waiting for.
Look at Matt Crafton, 3 wide. He's up on the top. He wants to let everybody around him know, hey, when this goes green, this is where I'm going. Stay out of my way. I'm getting there.
And look where the 52's worked its way back to.
Up in front, though, it is the 62 of Brendan Gaughan, and I don't think it's much of a gamble that the Orleans Hotel and Casino is up in front. As you see Mike Dolan with the pace truck heading off the track. And now it is time for the shootout.
Green.
We have 10 laps to go.
Whoa, get sideways on the start. Did you see that? Spun the tires. That's horsepower.
Andy Hillenberg drops back a little bit, slows that inside line down as Brendan Gaughan takes off from the pack.
Chad Chaffin off the pace here, drops to the bottom, gets out of the way. Everybody else, the race is on.
Hey, this is what we've been waiting for. It's been exciting all day.
Look at the run here to the top side.
And they race their way down the backstretch as they're getting up to speed. And look at this, the pass for the lead as they go into turns 3 and 4. Brendan Gaughan on the inside, Rick Crawford on the outside, and Rick Crawford has help, and they are going to go by Brendan Gaughan.
3 Fords lined up right there. 4 Fords counting John Wood. You got 4 Fords in a row.
I'm guessing that is friends right there. Rick Crawford out in front now. Terry Cook is right behind him in the Power Stroke Diesel number 29.
Crawford will drive to the bottom of the racetrack to go the shortest distance around. Anybody who's going to pass him is going to go the long way.
9 laps of racing to go, guys. It is a shootout. We're on board with John Wood right now as he's on the high side in the upper lane. And guys, right now, that is not the fast one. The guys on the inside are pulling away.
Watch the back straight. We got to make it happen here. They're going to spread. They're going to fan out, trying to get position on each other. Not going yet. Watch Mike Wallace. He knows the draft. He knows it well.
Guys, look at how tight Terry Cook is right behind Rick Crawford. Those two guys Terry Cook is waiting for the opportune time to get by him. Now what time is he going to go on this with so few laps?
They can't talk to each other, but they can hand signal. Watch inside the trucks. They'll be waving at each other. They'll be doing telecommunications, if you will. You know, watch me. Let's come with me. Go this way. Go that way. Don't wreck me.
Guy with great experience, the 52 of Mike Wallace, currently sitting in third position.
15, still outside.
We're on board with Mike Wallace as you see the Orleans 62 of Brendan Gaughan drop back behind him. And Travis Kvapil now in the 16 up behind Mike Wallace.
Okay, we've had some deals made before this race all week. Now let's see who lives up to them.
Getting bumpy in the back there. We just started that barrier just got shook out.
Let's head down to Ray.
Guys, it was Homestead 1998. Last time Rick Crawford won a race. That was 120 races ago. There was radio traffic just a minute ago. His crew chief, Ray Stonka, said, "Happy Valentine's Day, buddy." And Rick Crawford said, "I love y'all, man."
Well, he might love everybody right now, but there's a pack of Dodges lining up behind him, so he's got to be cautious.
Mike Wallace almost got in trouble back there a minute ago. He made a move on Terry Cook, tried to move around the outside, and it loosened up Terry, and they had to check up, get out of the throttle. Look at the hood on Mike Wallace. Hood's coming loose, starting to flap real bad.
It's torn the webbing out.
Oh, crash.
Big crash. Here it is.
Here it comes. There's 3 involved right now.
L.W. Miller there in the 28 sliding into the infield.
That was off turn 4. That's where everybody gets dicey, where you have to try to make your moves. This one didn't work.
2 more trucks involved here.
Racing back to the line here.
Really shouldn't, but they're going to. And it does not matter in this series. This is green, white, checker. Will not finish under caution. That's the great part about truck racing.
They'll go past the start-finish line as they take the caution. Rick Crawford and the guys in his crew very excited about the possibilities here.
That's a break for Rick Crawford. He's going to run off some laps. Just take a look at what happens here.
Let's take a look back. Randy Briggs in the 53 having troubles.
53.
He's out of control. He's already lost it.
He's going to clip the back end 80. No, he didn't either. He hadn't lost it yet.
He's trying to hold on. Oh, there you see Matt Crafton up there, and that was the problem. Lance Hooper getting into Matt Crafton. And then right behind him, L.W. Miller sliding into the side of Lance Hooper.
Yeah, when that shot started, Briggs was sideways, guys.
Yeah, Briggs started to lose it on his own. He didn't hit anybody. He did a fantastic save, as a matter of fact. We'll see it right here. Gets in there, he's loose.
See, he's
turns down
right there.
Lance Hooper nicks him right there, or he hits Lance Hooper into Matt Crafton. And Briggs actually able to go by without a problem. And then L.W. Miller gets caught up in the problems.
That could have been a lot worse than it was, quite honestly.
Especially had it been at the front.
So that's going to run some laps out. Looks good for Rick Crawford. Another look at it. Up on top here. Oh, that's a big hit, Barry.
That's a hard hit.
Just a T-bone on top of it. Make it, icing on the cake.
Well, we're under caution number 6 here at the Florida Dodge Dealers 250. As they do work on all the trucks involved in that one. We'll run to break and be back for the finish of this race.
I've been involved in racing probably for over 30 years. And now it's just a way of life. It's the only thing I know how to do. All of my guys are ASC certified. It means a lot to me. One of the things I'm confident about, I can get a CarQuest auto part and I can bolt it on either my family vehicle or my race vehicle, and I know I'm going to have a good day. Nothing takes the place of a win.
CarQuest Auto Parts, the professional choice.
The Vulcan 1600 Classic Cruiser has arrived. Right now, get 0 down, 0 interest, 0 payments until January 2004.
All this week, Speed Channel presents an event so big, it'll take 10 days to complete. Over 50 hours of coverage live. If there's a car on the track, we'll be there. Speed Week's on Speed Channel. All this week, only on Speed.
You have the ultimate power to look better, to be stronger, to redefine your body and yourself. Introducing the Bowflex Ultimate. quite possibly the best home fitness machine ever made. In as little as 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, you can get real results that can change your entire body. With over 90 Health Club quality exercises and up to 410 pounds of resistance, it's like having an entire gym in your home. Bowflex is so effective that we guarantee you'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less. Own the new Bowflex Ultimate with no money down and monthly payments lower than many Health Club dues. Call and ask for a free video and brochure, and check out the entire Bowflex lineup, or visit us on the web at bowflexultimate.com today. The new Bowflex for ultimate results.
Speed Channel's coverage of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Florida Dodge Dealers 250 is brought to you by Craftsman, the official tools of NASCAR and NHRA, and by Dodge. You can take life as it is, or grab life by the horns. Let's head down to Ray.
Well, Ray Stonkus is the crew chief for Rick Crawford. He's just talking to the driver right here now, telling him about what he wants him to do on the restart, telling him a little bit about where they're at, said everything's fine on fuel. Ray, I know you got some Ford buddies back there. You guys doing some politicking to try to keep them all together?
I don't know how much politics enters into the last 3 laps. Everybody's for themselves. Yeah, I'd love to have them work with us, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Truck's certainly good enough to win, right?
We had a hell of a race. It don't matter where it matters where we finish, but we had a good race.
Okay, I think he's pretty confident with his driver out there in that 14 truck, guys.
Standing by with Bob Keselowski, crew chief for Terry Cook. Bob, you can see the lead from where you are. You guys going to work together till the end, or what's your strategy?
I think it's all out the window right now, Phil. It's every man for himself. We done did the best we could all through the race working together. But hey, if Rick can win it, he's going to win it. If we can win it, we're going to try to beat Rick just like anybody else. But right now, I mean, anybody can win this race. We're no better than the next 6 trucks behind us, and we could go from 2nd to 10th. So.
Well, you have to assume that you don't have any more horsepower than Rick Crawford, since you both have individual Ford engines.
You're absolutely right there. I don't know how Jerry's going to pull this off. It's kind of up to him and the spotter. Ain't nothing I can do. I just hope he don't hang himself out and lose about 10 spots. Any one of those 10 trucks, and you know, the right circumstance, going to win this race. We're no better than they are.
As Bob Keselowski said, any one of 10 trucks can win. They got a little special incentive right now. Dave Matei, one of their crew members, was hurt in an auto accident a few weeks ago. It's going to be about 6 weeks, but he's well on his way to recovery, so they want to wish him well.
And we're taking a look there at the 29 of Terry Cook. This is his 141st race out here. And Terry Cook had a lot of success last year. 4 wins in this season, or in this series.
Barry, all gears are off right now, but gear ratio and the transmission and the rear gear they chose can win this race or lose it right now.
Exactly, and the guy that has a spoiler back can take off a little bit quicker. That 5 degrees could pay off right now.
Guys, there's going to be 3 laps of racing to go when they come around.
Don't walk out.
It is an all-out shootout right now.
It's going to be big. I'm telling you that right now. I'm glad I'm way up here on the top. I think I'm safe here.
I don't know why they gave us chairs. We have not sat down.
I tell you what, Rick Crawford is going to lead them back to the green flag, and Alan Porter is going to get them underway. But this, more or less, you could fire a gun and say go on this one, because everybody's up in there on their feet for the start of this one. 3 laps to go.
Look at Crawford right to the bottom right away. He's going to take the shortest distance around. He's not letting anybody underneath him. No nose under me. Watch as they come on the back straightaway. Nothing will happen to them, and then it's every man for himself.
Now, you had mentioned coming out of turn number 2, you don't want to start shifting around and go 3 wide, but right now there's no choice. These guys have got to start making the passes if they want to win this race.
They're not going to. I don't think that front group's going to make them until 1 to go.
Little shuffling in the back going on there. I think they're bumping each other.
6 trucks in a row. They're all lined up right behind Rick Crawford in the 14.
Crawford will take the low line through the corner. Everybody will stay with him. I think you're right, Barry. It's going to come down to a couple laps.
Yeah, they're not going to go. Yeah. We got 2 to go here at the line. 2 to go when you cross the line.
Guys, we've seen all race. They've struggled to pass on the high side. Are they going to? Is Crawford going to stay low?
Yes.
You're going to see bumping. You're going to try to root somebody loose. If it was me, I'd get up there, try to get the truck in front of you loose, get your nose under, especially coming off turn 2, coming down this back stretch.
Presley initiated the move, Dorsey, because he knew he had a Dodge behind him, Brendan Gaughan, but he did not go with him.
We saw earlier that was Rick Crawford's crew member with his hands over his face. I think he's looking for some help from up above.
Not going to come from up above. It's going to come from right down there as driver. He's going to have to get in there and get something done.
And he said earlier, there's nothing we can do now. It's all in his spotters and Rick Crawford's hand. And Rick Crawford has to be happy.
Trouble on the turn 3.
There's Bill Lester spinning, but that wasn't Bill who started this one out.
Now we're going to see green, white checker.
And Tina Gordon gets right into Bill Lester right there. Now she looks like she might, that's just radiator steam, I think, underneath the hood there. Collects Bill Lester. That all in turn 3 and on the way to turn 4.
This next restart is even going to be more exciting.
One lap shootout, buddy.
Green, white, checker. It's awesome.
And the Fords line up. But Mike Wallace right there, and we've talked about him all day. The 52 of Mike Wallace right up front. The 16 of Travis Kvapil. There's the championship truck right up front again.
Well, I'd rather be in Crawford's truck. He can dictate the start. If he gets a good start, he could be okay. That will leave everybody behind him to beat each other up for who's going to come in second and third.
Exactly, because we saw Robert Presley initiate the first move. The fastest part of the racetrack here is coming out of the travel to turn 1. He moved high. Brendan Gaughan
got a fire right here on the 51.
So it didn't work.
GJ Menin's truck is burning on the underneath side of that hood. You can see the black smoke coming out. GJ knows it. He's decided, I don't want to be around this.
No.
He's waving at the fire truck, trying to let those guys know, too, that this thing's caught fire right now.
And he's standing right there with his back to the truck.
Well, he's got the fire suit on.
See what
Let's
happens
take a look
here.
at the replay here as we got to this caution.
Down they go into turn 3. All these trucks.
Bill Lester, they're getting sideways.
Lester loses it in front of the 07.
Another tire. That's another tire.
Randy Briggs getting caught in that as well.
That was
problems with Bill Lester today.
Lester spinning up into Rich Bickle. Now watch Tina Gordon.
Oh, she's
nowhere to go.
go.
Coming off the banking.
And how? Let's take a look at it on board with Bill Lester.
And listen here. Blown tire, we think.
Comes into turn 3.
There it went. You heard it shred. It sure did, Barry, right rear.
You can bet your bottom dollar that you have Busch crew chiefs, Winston Cup crew chiefs, and tire specialists down there right now talking to crews, talking to Goodyear about what is going on. We have seen way too many tire problems today. Way too many.
Take another look here.
And it's not from where
it happened behind you there. The red truck there went.
Tire blows on board with Dennis Setzer right there looking back.
Took out Rich Bickle. That was the truck that he got into when he went up.
There, John Wood makes it back out, and we talked about fuel mileage. I didn't think we were going to run into a problem here with this few laps to go. Let's head down to Phil.
Yeah, John Wood was in the pit just a moment ago. He has a big hole on the left front fender of that truck, so they've been trying to patch it over the last couple caution flags. So John Monson brought him in to try to do a little more work to it. He knows he's got to see the patch right there on the left front of the truck. He knows he's got to have aerodynamics as best he can to try to get whatever he can. So he knows he's only got a couple laps, but he felt like he had nothing to lose.
When we go back to racing, guys, it's 2 laps. 2 laps, green, white, and then they'll receive the checkered flag. So the green flag comes out, go around one time, white flag comes out, and then they're going to see the checkered. So it is a shootout.
For Rick Crawford, it gets down to the lead truck taking it and getting a good start. If he gets a good start, it's that's all he needs to do. Behind him, on the other hand, the next 4 trucks, that's racing for second, third, fourth, more than likely. I doubt they'll get by Crawford. He's pretty good.
There are no friends out there, Dorsey. You're exactly right. The thing he does have going for him, he has some corporate help. He has some Fords. But so does Mike Wallace with the 16. So does Brendan Gaughan with Robert Presley.
Now, you're not supposed to accelerate to a specific side of the racetrack. We'll see what happens with Rick.
Let's head down to Ray.
Well, guys, Rick Crawford has one little problem. He's geared just a little bit too high, so he said he doesn't really like first gear in that truck much, so he's going to do a quick start, get out of first and into second as fast as he can. He said that way he won't spin his rear tires, and he thinks he's going to be able to hold off Terry Cook. That's what he's been saying on the radio. Now, Travis Kvapil, who's running in third right now, that's our first Chevrolet. He got tires on lap 79, which is about 8 or 9 laps later than any of these other guys do. So my question is that going to be any advantage? First of all, though, we need to check in with Phil.
Guys up in the booth, you know, Barry and Dorsey, the most vulnerable Rick Crawford's going to be is right on this restart. So Terry Cook wants to make sure he's on the money. And if he can jump up beside him after he gets by the start-finish line, that's what he needs to do, because that's when he's going to be the most vulnerable.
Exactly. And all passing has to be to the right.
A guy who felt very vulnerable is Bill Lester in the number 8. having problems with his number 8 truck, the Dodge Motorsports number 8. We're on board with him as you hear the tire go, and we must go. We'll go back for a break. We'll be back for the conclusion after this.
Cleaning is a blast with Orange Blast. Greasy engines look like new. It's great on tools and shop equipment. Road dirt runs from tires. Cleaning chrome and vinyl is always quick and easy. The cleaning strength of Orange Blast is also perfect for those tough outdoor jobs. And get twice as much with the new value size refill. It's from the makers of Grease Lightning, so you know it has to be good. Orange Blast. When it comes to cleaning, it's a blast.
You want to know why I ran from Enterprise? Because having the right car can make all the difference.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Pittsburgh Steeler Jerome Bettis and his mom served Garrett Hill Campbell's Chunky Chicken Noodle, loaded with more wholesome chicken than before. Filled up right by a great bowl, Garrett went on to bowl great.
Bring it.
You're going down, little man. You make a collect call, just dial in the center. It's 1-800-CALLATT. It's free for you and cheap for them. That's all you got.
Save on every call. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
Hi, folks. I'm Sam Mamolo.
And I'm Dave Bowman, here to tell you why Scott Shop Towels are replacing those oily rags at Two Guys Garage.
You know, Scott Shop Towels are specially designed to use around the garage and shop. They're ideal for cleaning up any greasy jobs.
And this high-performance shop towel is soft, strong, easily absorbs grease, oil, and fluid.
To pick up some Scott Shop Towels on a roll or in a box, you can buy them wherever they sell automotive products.
Scott Shop Towels. Professionals use them, and so should you.
My dad taught me 2 simple rules about car care. To take care of the engine, change the oil. To take care of the fuel system, add STP. When your dad is Richard Petty, you tend to listen.
This weekend, it's a full schedule of NASCAR racing. First at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 6:30 a.m. Pacific on Saturday. It's Winston Cup practice here on Speed. Then on Fox, followed by the Coolers 300 on Fox as the Busch Series begins its season. Then Sunday, start your day with NASCAR this morning, live from Daytona on Fox Sports Net at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 a.m. Pacific, followed by the 45th running of the Great American Race, the Daytona 500 on Fox. A full weekend of NASCAR begins tomorrow across the Fox networks. And you see the truck behind Brendan Gaughan having troubles. Let's go down to Phil.
Rick, unbelievable. Brendan Gaughan, he had enough fuel to run the race if it ran the distance, but they're going to extend this for the green-white checker, and he ran out of gas. So unfortunate situation for Shane Wilson, Brendan Gaughan, and all his guys. I also want to mention that I talked to one of the Goodyear engineers. I said, hey, we've had an abnormal number of cut tires on this race, and he said, hey, all that we've seen so far looked like that there was a cut, so some debris on the racetrack. He said we have not seen any failures other than from somebody running over something and cutting down the tires.
Brendan Gaughan gets fired back up again and will come back out onto the track.
Trying to stay in the lead lap, and he's got a good possibility here.
You know what we say, guys? You know what you say on this last lap when you tell your crew chief something as a driver? You say, the wreck is on. You know, they know you get in this position, what you do, you hunker down, you tighten your seat belts, you say your little prayer, and you know it's going to get rough.
Yeah, caution lights are still on. Tremendous job by NASCAR to get Brendan in here to get his fuel where he could get back out on the tail end here.
So he'll run all the way around the track, tack into the back. But, guys, it's green-white checkered. I mean, as a crew chief, Barry, what are you thinking, green-white checkered?
You're thinking that you got a shot at winning, or you're going to take your truck home on a rollback, and that's as frank as I can be. It's exactly. This is war right now. This is war. This is what they worked all winter for. This is their Super Bowl, as the Daytona 500 is. This sets a tone for the year. These trucks don't race for another month at Darlington, and what a great spectacle that's going to be. And you want to take the momentum right to Darlington.
Let's head down and film.
Mike Wallace expects the 29 of Terry Cook to go to the outside, and he thinks that they can get him and the 14 of Rick Crawford. But he's looking for the 29 truck to go to the outside of Rick Crawford.
Guys, it all comes down to this. There's 12 trucks that can win this race. 12 of them.
That's what I said. No buddies. Now he's expecting the 29 to go to the outside. He's sitting there in a Chevrolet. The 29's a Ford, and he's expecting the 29 to rook the other Ford.
I was going to say, is this poker? I mean, are they telling the
sure it's poker?
Now Rick Crawford, he's already shown on the last restart that he's going to go straight to the bottom. You know, so you would think the 29 would go up top, but maybe not. So not on the first lap, because if you do that, you're leaving yourself open for that last lap slingshot.
Caution,
back straight away.
Caution lights are off. Green, white checker. Buckle up, Buttercup. This is what it's all about.
It's no more chess. It's no more mind games. It's a shootout. This is pull the guns at high noon. We're going for the win here.
Tighten them belts, boys. Tighten them belts. We're going to have a ride here.
Flip your mirror up and go.
Yeah, the heck with that mirror.
Mike Dolan is going to take the pace truck into the pit road.
Better get out of the way.
And Rick Crawford is going to see the green, and there it goes, and we are up for green, white, checker.
Terry Cook got a good run. He got his equal run to Crawford that time. There won't be any advantage. Crawford runs to the bottom just like we thought he would.
Everybody staying in line through the tri-oval as they get ready to go into turn number 1.
Mike Wallace up high. He's making his move early.
Chevrolet, he's hoping that 16 will go with him, another teammate.
16 didn't go with him, so
he didn't go, so he tucked back in. 16 could have moved in there, really hung him out.
Here he goes, down the back straight to the outside, Mike Wallace.
Coming, maybe.
A great run by Wallace as he comes out at 2. He gets on the outside of Terry Cook, and he tries to make the pass into second.
And 3 wide. 3 wide.
Look at him go.
The Dodge didn't help him. He dropped him into grease.
Robert Presley looking to continue his dominance here at Daytona.
Keep your eyes on this.
Presley dropped him into grease. He came up behind and went right by.
Keep your eyes on this.
And he's going for the lead, boys. On
here
the top
come.
side.
White lines. White flag.
Got Bobby Hamilton pushing on him from behind.
2 Dodges lined up on the high side. Rick Crawford on the low side. And here comes Terry Cook now on the high side. Terry Cook going for the pass as they go into turn 1.
3 wide. They split Terry Cook in the middle. Crawford to the downside. He's going to get help. Here comes Travis Kvapil.
Kvapil on the bottom side. Rick Crawford on the inside. Robert Presley on the high side. Bobby Hamilton right behind him. They're pushing him down the back.
The bottom line. The bottom line. Here it comes.
Rick Crawford coming back now. Robert Presley out in front. He's going to be able to block Crawford and stay on the bottom. And Robert Presley going to try to defend his title here.
Dennis Setzer makes it 3 up on top. Dennis Setzer around the outside of Bobby Hamilton.
Here they come out of sport. Presley dodging to the high side. Crawford goes down low. He tries to make the pass. As they're coming to the line, it's Rick Crawford making the pass, and Crawford wins the Daytona 250.
What a win for Tom Mitchell. Sitting at home in Texas, watching it on speed.
That's what I'm talking about. Truck racing.
I wonder if Rick's little boy's here. It'd be great to see him in the pits here.
Unbelievable. Rick Crawford with a move. Presley tries to go up on the high side. Crawford ducks down low. Let's head down to the celebration in Ray.
You'll not see any better race than that one, guys.
I'll tell you what, Ray Stonkis is here. He's smooth as can be, but this crew is absolutely going crazy. Clayton Miller comes in here, gives him the big hug. Gene Gator Morris, the jack man, with the big hug. These guys have been working now for 4 years trying to get this program back to where they knew it could be. 120 races since Rick Crawford was in victory lane. Ray, congratulations. He calls you the wizard, and today you're the king of the hill, buddy. You've won at Daytona with your best buddy, Rick Crawford.
Well, I'm proud of him. Proud of my crew. They do a hell of a job. Thank you.
That's all that needs said. There you can see the sincerity of the man who has worked to get him back. And guys, this will be one victory lane you don't want to miss.
Guys, last year, this race was won by 0.116 seconds. A lot tighter here.
Rick Crawford does not have a mark on the truck. Look at that.
Take a look at the finish here. How we got this winner. He ducks up high, comes back down low, making the pass on Robert Presley. And the 14 comes home. Your winner is 149th race today.
You think you're ready to ride with me? See what I see? Hear what I hear?
3 in a line and doubling up. Let's rock and roll.
NASCAR In-Car gets you in the car from flag to flag with 7 NASCAR Winston Cup Series drivers.
Pit road's wet at the entrance.
Check it out during the Daytona 500. It's the NASCAR In-Car free preview, and it's only on digital cable.
This free preview is going to be the ride of your life. Get a chance to win a 65-inch widescreen TV during the free preview on In Demand.
When I was 8 years old, all my heroes were motocrossers. Well, I got a new motocross hero, and he's only 8 years old. Curtis Herman lost his sister Brianna to a brain tumor, and he decided to fight back from the seat of his motocross bike. He rode 5 hours straight and raised $14,000 for the Rye for Kids program to help other kids win their battles with brain tumors. It's amazing what you can do on a motorcycle, isn't it? Visit the Rye for Kids website and find out what you can do too.
Do you have good credit?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you only think you have? Do you know how to check your credit report and find out? A surprise on your credit report could mean you'd be turned down for a mortgage, a car loan, even a credit card. Which is why you should log on to freecreditreport.com. At freecreditreport.com, we'll show you how to find out online what's in your credit report, who's been checking it, and whether everything's accurate. So log on to freecreditreport.com today. You're going to do it now, aren't you? Great. Now, how about you?
Speed Channel's coverage of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Florida Dodge Dealers 250 is brought to you by Craftsman, the official tools of NASCAR and NHRA. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now into post-race, and let me tell you, my heart can't handle much more of race. We got to get into post-race. It's the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series post-race on Speed. Let's head down to Phil Parsons, who's with second place Travis Kvapil.
Travis, first of all, great run, and you were running fourth going into that last lap. Tell us about that last lap.
I don't know. It all went real fast. I had a, we had talked to. I'd go with Mike on the last lap, getting into 3 on the outside. All day long, the bottom groove was where it was. If you went to the outside, you were stuck out there, and it looked like the bottom groove would just keep digging. So I wanted to stay on the bottom as as long as I could, and I was hoping I could work with Mike, go on the outside in the last lap. He went early, and I didn't want to commit myself to go out there that soon. But so I tell you what, we come to the white, and I thought the 29 was going to win. Then I thought the 59 was going to win. I just stuck to the bottom with the 14 truck. I knew that's where I needed to be, and shoot, we got 2 wide coming off of 4, and I got a hell of a run. Mark Smith horsepower sucked up real good, and I just threw it to the outside and took what I could get, and I'm happy. Second place out of the box. It's the best place, best run I've had here in my whole career, and it's the best truck I've sat in a long time. I want to thank Express Motorsports and IWX for putting me in this thing.
Travis Kvapil, great run in second. Now let's go to Victor Lane and Ray Dunlap.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, there are very few drivers that have the tenacity to go 120 races in between victories. Today is Rick Crawford's 149th consecutive start. He leads all active drivers in the Craftsman Truck Series. And Rick Crawford, you, my man, and this guy are winners at Daytona International Speedway. What do you think of those words? This is Adam, his son. What do you think of that? You're a winner at Daytona, buddy.
You know, I went on that trip to Bosnia the other day, and all I looked at was that ring with Mike Wallace had, and he won the Daytona 250. And I asked him what it was for, and he told me, and I said, well, when we flew into Sicily, there's a truck out there directing planes, and it said, follow me on the back of it. And I said, boys, when we get to Daytona, I'm driving that truck, so follow me here. Great job by Ray Stonkus, all the Circle Bar Motel and RV Park crew. Tom Mitchell, can't say enough about him. Strategic Air Command on board this weekend, representing them well. And can't believe it. Here comes our owner now. Great.
Tom Mitchell is in Ozona, Texas, has never been to a race, but found you in the All-Pro division, believed in what you could do, and now you're a winner at Daytona.
Oh, I hugged Lisa this morning, and happy Valentine's Day. And happy Valentine's Day to all the crew guys, his girlfriends and wives that put up with us. They worked hard all winter, even through Christmas. And I told her this morning, I said, Rick Crawford couldn't be who he is today without you. So thanks, Mr. Mitchell and Lisa. the whole Mitchell family for doing what they do for me.
Wait till you see this last lap of this race. You had a good lead when the green came. All of a sudden, we look down the backstretch, and there's 5 guys up above you, a bunch in front of you, and somehow you won. How in the world did you do it?
Well, we went off into 3 in a 59 truck. We've been drafting together in practice. I got a good toe from him, and then off the corner, he went to put on a block on me, and I had the inside line. Then I knew the old Allen Vigil Ford engine there pulled up good on the bottom, and we beat him to the tri-oval.
What kind of a celebration will there be tonight?
This is Victory Lane, Daytona. We're going to be here all night long.
All right, that's Rick Crawford, guys. And in Mobile, Alabama, there will be Rick Crawford Day on Tuesday. It just became official.
And here are the results of the Florida Dodge Dealers 250. Rick Crawford getting that victory that he's waited oh so long for. Travis Kvapil coming home second, and a great pass by Travis Kvapil to get to second, guys.
It was.
And don't find out Robert Presley out of nowhere comes storming up with that Dodge. I thought he had it there for a minute.
You see 11 through 20 here. Bobby Dotter, Matt Crowder. Ed Berrier with a great run with all the problems that he had. The black flag is coming out for Ed Berrier, and he still finishes 13th.
Couldn't keep her in bounds.
Well, Chad Chaffin's head got tore up. Tina Gordon right there at the end, unfortunately, got into Bill Lester after he blew the tire.
Carl Edwards was leading this race, got spun around in front of us and out of the race. There you see David Starr finishing last in this one. We saw him go out early on in the short little problem. We take a look high atop Victory Lane here at the Daytona International Speedway as we celebrate Rick Crawford's victory in 2003.
A definite edge. Cadillac CTS. Breakthrough.
For the past 20 years, Hooters has been there. Which is why, as we celebrate our 20th anniversary, we can now say what the skeptics have been saying all along. We're history. Hooters, still winging it after all these years. Come celebrate Hooters' 20th anniversary with 20% off food and merchandise the 20th of every month.
Ready? Go!
Hey, come here. You need to make a collect call? Just dial to the center with 1-800-CALLATT. It's free for you and cheap for them. He's gone.
Save on every call. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
My dad taught me 2 simple rules about car care. To take care of the engine, change the oil. To take care of the fuel system, add STP. When your dad is Richard Petty, you tend to listen.
Speed Weeks is on Speed Channel. And every night, Daryl, Larry, Jeff, and Steve are live in Daytona for Trackside.
Let's talk about you right now. Let them go racing.
All this week at 8, only on Speed.
Welcome back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series post-race show as the celebration continues in Victory Lane. Let's head to Phil Parsons, who has 3rd place Robert Presley and 4th place Bobby Hamilton.
Robert, last year he was your truck owner, and this year it looked like he was going to push you to victory. I thought you had it.
He's pushed us 2 years in a row, but we just came up short. Just got to thank all the people at Dodge for making this possible, Jim Harris Trucking, and, you know, we didn't have a truck that can win today, but a little experience there at the end, and Team Bobby, Team Mopar behind us there giving us push. We thought we had it, but all them Fords and Chevrolets teamed up and got a big gap and let them get a run at me. And I mean, we could have come across on our roof maybe, but it wouldn't have been pretty.
Bobby, looked like you were going to push your ex-driver to victory.
He's my ex-driver, but he's still my friend, and we worked together a lot, actually. When he tested at Talladega, you know, he called me, and he's a Dodge, and that's what makes this Dodge camp so great. Even though we're competitors, when it comes down to somebody winning the race, I said, okay, let it be Robert again, because I had bent ball joints, the steering wheel was turned a half a turn, and you know how that is, and I think the right front shock's off of it. I heard it knocking around up there. It was bouncing real bad, so I thought I had it pushed pretty good, and we went into turn 3, and the 46 and them fanned on the outside of me, but I couldn't pull no further, and I thought, I hope we're 3 wide and I'm in the middle through the trial, because I remember how that helped, and Square D Dodge woke up, took off right to the start-finish line.
We talked earlier that he was going to be a championship contender, a good 4th place run today. Not a Ray.
Well, Andy Houston finished 3rd here in 2000 and 5th today. Man, great run, but what a wild last couple laps, huh?
It really was. And, you know, anytime you go green-white checkered in this NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, it usually ends up getting pretty wild, and no exception. The outside wasn't the place to be, really, the biggest part of the day, but the reason it worked there on those last restart is the draft wasn't really working all that strong, and them guys got good restarts on the outside. And, you know, I lined up 5th on the restart. I decided to stay on the bottom, and, you know, we ended up 5th. So never really got ourselves in position where we could challenge to try to win the thing there at the end. But all in all, it was a good day for Lufkin Pro Series and Spawn Divots, everybody that helped us out this weekend. You know, we're trying to put some full-time sponsorship together for this deal to run a full schedule. And, you know, coming out of here 5th in points and going to Darlington, we'd surely like to do that.
Okay, that's Andy Houston finishing 5th today at Daytona.
Phenomenal race to start off the season. Just 27 thousandths of a second separate first and second.
ZX6R Sport Bike. It's not from around here. Right now, get 0 down, 0 interest, 0 payments until January 2004.
Hi, I'm Sam Amolo. You know, the key to any project is using the right tools, including the right tools for keeping your hot rodding garage looking like new. For years, I've used Grease Lightning for those tough jobs, and now Grease Lightning's introduced another tool for cleaning. Orange Blast is the premier super strength cleaner degreaser. It cuts through tough grease and grime, and it's safe on most surfaces. Combining Grease Lightning's secret formula with the natural degreasing power of pure orange oil makes Orange Blast the best. The right cleaning tool, Grease Lightning Orange Blast.
You want to know why I ran from Enterprise? Because having the right car can make all the difference.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Pittsburgh Steeler Jerome Bettis and his mom served Garrett Hill Campbell's Chunky Chicken Noodle, loaded with more wholesome chicken than before. Filled up right by a great bowl, Garrett went on to bowl great.
Dirt bikes, road bikes, Harleys, and more. Two-Wheel Tuesday is the one day devoted entirely to motorcycles. If you like going twice as hard on half the tread, then Tuesdays are your day. Two-Wheel Tuesday, every Tuesday exclusively on Speed.
Welcome back to NASCAR on Speed. We are 2 days away from the Daytona 500, and if this is any prelude to how the racing's going to go, look out on Sunday. But don't forget about the Coolers 300 on Saturday. That will be on FX. Folks, unbelievable racing, and guys, now this had to be one of the most exciting racing in truck history right here.
What a finish it was indeed. Ford, Chevy, Dodge, and guess what? Big announcement today. Next year, Toyota is coming to the series.
Toyota, what a plus. They're going to blossom into this thing. They've got the corporate backing, and Dodge has, Ford has. This Craftsman Truck Series is the place to be, and getting bigger and better every day on Speed.
We are going to continue with more exciting racing action here with the Craftsman Truck Series at the Craftsman 200 in Darlington. That's Darlington Raceway, March 14th at 4 p.m. Eastern. So don't forget about the Craftsman Truck Series here on Speed. Exciting racing. And guys, let me tell you, if they continue to do things like this, I don't know if I can make it through 25 races.
Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. If you haven't been to Darlington yet, you better eat healthy, because it's going to be just as exciting, I guarantee you.
Can't wait, man. You're going to wait till you see Darlington. Woo! Trucks at Darlington.
We had great racing here. Some people are going to enjoy the successes. Others will have to go with the sorrows. It all happened here on Speed. We appreciate you coming back and joining us for all 25 races here on Speed.
Well, the Gatorade is still being soaked up in victory lane after the 4th running of the Florida Dodge Dealers 250 on Speed Channel. Rick Crawford accepting all the accolades, putting his name in the record books. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm John Roberts in the Speed Channel studio above Victory Lane at Daytona International Speedway. We welcome all of you who watched the inaugural Craftsman Truck Race live on Speed. And Ken Squire, your thoughts on what you saw over the past couple of hours, and especially the last few seconds.
Well, we've seen the benchmark. For the second time in 4 years, the trucks have laid down the gauntlet. They have put on a performance that'll be interesting to see if the Busch Series tomorrow or the Daytona 500 can match. But for a finish, that was just incredible. That was a typical Pensacola, Mobile, Montgomery throw. It was throwing the dummy to the outside, and he made Presley stay in the middle, stay the course. And then it was his choice, and he went right down to the inside, and he wins by scant feet at the finish line. And the only difference is, about 80 or 90 miles an hour to 180 and 190 miles per hour. I'll tell you, on Friday, March the 14th, when they get it on at Darlington, that's going to be some show based upon what we've seen today.
Well, what a way to start off the season for Rick Crawford. Not only did they take it right down to the wire, but he used some